guys, like here, CY is also here. We're a bit like we had a bit of a schedule clash accident, and we're gonna be chill about it today. We're gonna just talk a bit, and if Junior won't show up, we're gonna do the podcast tomorrow. I think like they'll be more happy for also having a podcast tomorrow and another live today, rather than like and not anything today but only tomorrow.
Okay, so Cyrus, how do you feel about the market today? Like, it's been quite a mess for the past few days, and now it's a relief. Bitcoin touched almost like 100K.
Are we live right now?
Yep.
Nice.
Oh,
All
hello
right.
everyone.
How's everyone doing? Happy holidays.
Happy
I
holidays.
hope everyone's having a good time. Um, I feel like the markets are just gonna kind of flounder throughout the next like 2 weeks. I think it's holidays. I think most people are kind of taking time away from the charts. That usually just means like no crazy upside. I'm not worried about like long-term market. I could see BTC going a bit lower. Like I'm mostly I have a ton of money in Pengu right now, kind of just
Hmm.
watching that. And everything else just feels like weak, like across the board. Like it just nothing feels strong enough to where I'd want to go in with conviction.
Hmm.
Um, I like Pudgy long term, and I think or Pengu long term, and I think it's a good time to accumulate. But other than that, like as I posted the other day, like I would just stay risk averse. Like um, I think everything across the board is going to be slow from meme trading to futures trading, whatever you're doing. So I would just trade safe and avoid any over leverage for now.
Hmm.
Yeah, like I avoid any over leverage for more than I guess like 1 hour inter-hour trading.
Long
Like
trades,
if you
swing
catch these
trades.
small moves, like if you catch these small moves, that would also that was always that's always gonna be nice, but you're not gonna go ahead and long like something on like 10x leverage and just
No,
hope,
obviously not,
like
bro. The market's gonna fall like 10%, like in a matter of
yeah.
seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Like these are the times that if you're gonna trade, you're gonna either scalp or do something like on spot or like or just take your time off the charts. Like that's what I feel like should be happening today.
Mhm.
Like at the in these times.
Okay, so
For me,
Cyrus.
it's just
Hmm.
accumulate spot positions. Like I think just times like this, just holidays in general, like any Christmas, New Year's, kind of the biggest ones of the year. Like it's just usually just accumulate and spot. I'm not doing any futures trading right now.
Hmm.
Even like low leverage. I think kind of anything can happen. I didn't think the Fed news was all that bad. I didn't think only two rate cuts this coming year would be this detrimental to the market. It kind of makes me believe it's more so just like holidays sell off. Like I've been saying for the past couple weeks, like 100K BTC was the psychological barrier, and now that we've reached it,
Yeah.
like I think it's fair to say the market just needs to relax a little bit. Everyone's taking time off. Everyone's going to go spend some of their profits and hopefully have a good holiday season and come back to it kind of after.
Yeah, yeah, it seems like it. Like it seems like I think like it's a good thing. It's a good thing for the market to relax a bit since like it's been very chaotic in the last like uh 3 months, I think. Like very chaotic. So I think like if we get some relaxation for the market, it would only be healthy. Like we don't need to push anything any further. Bitcoin did overperform pretty much like anything like on the stock market or anything like that. And we did kind of move extremely fast. So if we slow down a bit, we might have more strength later, in my opinion.
Cyrus, did you see my message that I sent you yesterday?
I'm sorry.
Did you see my messages that I sent you yesterday?
No, remind me what they were.
Uh, mm, let's just keep it like confidential for now.
Okay. On Discord or on text message?
iMessages. Mhm. And but did you see Doge?
Ooh,
Doge has been pretty
yeah,
bad for the past 3 days. I mean, it's
yeah,
sensible
it
because
did.
like look at that down.
Oh yeah, that looks horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Um,
the also like yeah. What'd you say, Sai? Sorry.
I just saw your text. Yeah, so I mean, for anyone watching, text is kind of regarding just like risk management across the platform, and anytime there's a down day or like down week, whatever we want to call it, like there's always going to be liquidations. Like especially like we max everything out at 10x for a reason. Like I know a lot of people want
Yeah.
20, 30, 50, 100x leverage, and I understand platforms offer that. It's just like I think a lot of people forget like how risky 10x really is. Like it's fun to mess around and whatever else. And I think the text is kind of regarding like risk impositions for creators across the board. And it's something I'm really curious for your guys' opinions and anyone watching's opinion.
Let's take out the
We
live chat. Let me see a few questions from the live chat and I'll ask them, all right?
I'm looking at nothing yet, but we with VIP like paid portfolios, I think risk impositions are kind of like when we were thinking of staying in that direction were like really important. Like if someone's paying for this, like, we should be able to kind of impose at least um don't full core, like just avoid like the key points for risk and trading. But now that we're moving away from that, I don't know if we talked about that publicly yet. We didn't really mention that on the podcast last week anyway. I forgot that was in a private chat. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, we're killing off VIP portfolios in general. I think it's just the idea was just getting more traders incentivized, and like a lot of the bigger traders and platform had asked for it for a really long time, and we opened the doors to it. But with the launch of live trading, we're just going to completely ex-nay paid portfolios in general, and just have it be a fee share revenue to where if 100 people follow your trades, um, there's a fee distribution model around it, so it's just easier. I think trades should be free. Like I think a lot of people on the platform just look at it like, hey, I came here to just learn and follow these trades. Why is there a paywall? And I
Yeah.
completely understand that and feel that. And we've seen all those comments, we've heard those comments, and hence why we're just going to completely get rid of it. We'll still allow for monetization on chat rooms and content. Like I think right now, if you pay for someone's Discord, you're mostly paying for the chat rooms. Like, and if certain people want to have 10, 20, $100 a month for a chat room, like, it's totally fine. I think it'll be something along the lines of like, you can follow my trades for free. You can have the easy side of it and just copy if you choose to. And if you want to learn how to trade like me, join the chat room and we can talk about it type of thing.
Hmm.
Um, so in terms of risk impositions, like without a paywall behind it, we'll see. Like I think we're gonna do like a little
Hmm.
AI guy that just like helps out. I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember like the paperclip guy on Word, that just gave you tips on how to use the app. And I think we'll do something similar to just if someone's about to take a really risky trade and maybe they're on a losing streak and just revenge trading, like send like little warnings. We're not going to force it. And if someone wants to trade risky, like that's their own decision to make. And I respect it. Sometimes trading leaning into risk is how you make a lot of money. So I wouldn't want to stop someone from being able to do that. But that's my
Yeah, because
perspective.
like I didn't expect it from him. I mean, he's a wonderful trader. I've talked to him a lot. And last time, there was a bit of controversy on Involio because like people are saying he has like 70% of his portfolio. People are like 60% down from the trade, and like this method of DCing is kind of bad. I mean, I asked him to
Yeah.
like stop doing it, but like this time he wanted to do it, and it like kind of didn't work out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a tough one. Like, everyone has their own trading strategies, and like, you're making a position publicly, like it can go either way, right? Like, Um, so it comes from unexpected people. Like I've seen people who've been trading for years and years and years take heavy liquidations. You never know what's going on and why that happened. And I think this is why we're like staying away from like full scale copy trading. It's personally something I would never do, right? Like I would never connect a full portfolio and just say whatever that guy does, I'm gonna do. Like if someone shares a trade on
Hmm.
Involio, even if they've been right 100 times, I'm still for the most part gonna go check it. Like I think diving directly into someone else's strategy without really having an understanding of it is just in any regard just a risky business.
Hmm.
So I'll keep it just mimic trading, like individual trades and follow what you agree with, instead of just kind of riding into whatever may happen. So we'll consider full copy trading down the line, and after years of trading history is public on app. But for now, keeping it safe.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I want to do like some portfolio verification so that like we know like the person has enough in his portfolio to be like leading someone. Because like I know a person who has like $10 in his portfolio in the top 10 charts.
Well, this is a good conversation to have. So it's like one thing Ryan and I have realized. It's like, is it? I'll ask you guys a question. Is it easier to trade with your own money, or is it easier to paper trade? Do you think you're a better trader paper trading, or a better trader when your real money's involved?
Yeah, can I answer like my perspective while we're reading chat?
Yeah, of
Okay.
course.
uh, the thing is, I think using paper trading, like I became really really confident paper trading, and like the first time I started using real money, fucked me so hard. Like
Hmm.
really really made me really like I got like really really strong emotional reactions from every single thing, and even the thought of it being real money just disturbed me so hard that it stopped being like a nice game. You know, you win, you lose. It became like war
Hmm.
for me, and like that literally like got me to like after really being really consistent wins in paper trading and being really relaxed and everything, suddenly losing so much all of a sudden with real money. You know, like it was really,
Right.
really, really weird for me.
Right. And paper trading, just like it's easier. There's the hardest part of trading is emotional management, right? And if there's no money involved and it's just numbers on a screen and you're kind of just doing your best, like you of course will do better. And so on the side of like users sharing trades, I'm sure a lot of the guys sharing trades maybe either aren't taking them or are only doing small balances. And we've gone back and forth on this. It's been a really long debate between Ryan and I and the rest of the team of like, is that a problem? Like, should portfolio balances matter? Right. And we
They
kind of
do.
landed on this like if someone's a great paper trader and my job is to follow those trades, I almost would feel confident with that because I know that person is going into it with a little to no emotion, and I think that's a valuable thing in trading. Like if you ask me what's the best edge in trading is learning how to control your emotions. And it's just it's been a long form debate. Like I've always felt like percentage matters over dollars. Like I've always seen the guys who, hey, I made $100,000 on this trade. Look at me, and it's like, well, maybe you had $1 million or $2 million balance. Like does it really matter all that much versus hey, I posted this, it went up 60%, and whoever's viewing that information can judge it on their own. And it's like I think as someone with a sizable portfolio, like I know the risk tolerance I'm willing to go into, and I can kind of tell like who's actually taking these trades and who's paper trading. Like if someone's 10x leverage on every single trade, high portfolio sizes, I'm kind of going to surmise like maybe that's a little too risky for me. And I think it's the same for anyone who's viewing trades. So I don't personally see an issue with small balances,
Let me tell
but
you
I'm
guys
open to.
something. When I first came on Involio, I made my portfolio 100 to million. I had like about $60,000 in that portfolio. Every trade I posted over there, like the first 48, 49 trades I posted over there, I took them myself personally. Exactly the same. I lost none of them. After that, mm, it was like on Involio, if you want to grow, it depends how your portfolio looks like. It doesn't matter what trade you actually take. It's just a paper trading platform because I could be like 10 years old or like 25 years old. Now there's a 10 years old who got like lucky in paper trading, and now he has a better portfolio than me. Everyone's gonna say, "Oh yeah, that's the better guy." Like people start like hitting on you in the comments, like, "Why the hell do you do this? It's not even like working out." And then, cause like from there, I started like taking most of the trades I take myself, I don't like share publicly. Now for the like past 10 days, I started sharing it again.
Yeah, I mean, it's a consumer app, right? Like, it's like, what do the people want? And
Yeah.
this is another conversation Ryan and I have had about like the leaderboard. Like, well, aren't people gonna be upset if someone's beating them? And like, why would I use this platform if I'm not number one type of thing? And I think there is
No,
no
no, no, no,
best
no.
trader, right? Like, it's like you can look at the kid who's turned one soul into 10,000 soul, right? And you can say he's the best trader. Or you can look at Warren Buffett and look at a long term, not as aggressive, not crazy P&L strategy. And it's like, your perspective on what you want as a consumer defines who's the better investor, right? Like, I can't sit here
Yeah.
all day and say Warren Buffett's the best investor of all time because, it depends what you want, right? Like, it's like
Mhm.
if you have $10 million, $100 million, yeah, he probably is. But if you have $100, I don't know that that would really be your best investment strategy, right? And
Yeah.
so it's just it's an interesting thing. Like obviously, my short term trading portfolio is what 65% versus some of these other guys 10,000% plus, and I don't know. I never one time think like, oh, he's just a much better trader than me. I trade at my own pace. I do what I think is right and very risk averse when sharing trades because I'm very well aware that people are going to over leverage my positions, and the last thing I want is to share a trade where people are going to get burned, right? So it's a long debate.
Mhm. And I always wanted like
Hmm.
something like age verification and portfolio size verification because like if somebody has done both of them, like give him a special like double verified because like this guy has people have more like trust in him.
It's a tough ball game, right? Like it's like I think a lot of people want to remain anonymous. Like crypto is an anonymous place, right? And
Mhm.
I think
But
there's a lot of
like
people out there who maybe just like wouldn't want to showcase how much they have in their portfolio, right? I know a lot of people like that. So it's an interesting one. Like we've thought about that. We've thought about it a lot, but some of the best traders I know are fully anonymous and would never showcase how much money they have on a portfolio that replicates themselves. So
yeah,
it's a
because if someone is coming on a portfolio to share the investments publicly, they probably have to sacrifice some like some of that stuff as well.
I disagree with you. I think social media is an open world. Like maybe down the line. We'll see, like, as live trading goes on, if the consumer basis feels like that's really important, and, we'll always let you guys decide. Like, if the vast majority of the app thinks like, "Hey, I wanna know what tier this portfolio is in terms of size," we'll do it. We've talked about it a lot. Like, we have rough mock-ups of what something like that would look like already, and, if anything, like, I think it would come later. Like, I just where does most of SocialFi happen? It's kind of on Twitter right now, and like that, the problems that have come from Twitter are kind of why we're doing this. Like, it's just you never know who's right, so on and so forth. And I think we want to focus on just like who's the best trader, not who has the most money, because there's so many variables on who has the most money. Like, and I think
That's
people
true.
gravitate towards that. Like, I started with $5,000. I don't think anyone would have watched my trading journey if I said, "Hey guys, I'm going to start with 5 grand." Versus, there's a lot of people out there who are really blessed with family circumstance, and maybe someone got $1 million. And now I think if you look that next to each other, I think a lot of people would gravitate towards the guy with 1 million versus
Mhm.
the underdog. And I wouldn't want to see something like that happen. And I think everyone, regardless of your dollar size, like deserves a fair chance. Like I think a lot of our users maybe aren't in the best financial situations, but have had really, really killer trading wins. And I think those guys deserve a spotlight as well. Just not all, I wouldn't want to turn it into like a hierarchy where the guy with the biggest amount wins.
100%. That's true. But the thing about Like, I think like if I saw someone that is an incredible trader and he's starting out with like he's saying my portfolio is currently $100 in balance, and like I really see his technical analysis and I see like I say wow, he's a great trader, I'd probably want him because a guy with $1 million would be blessed with like a 1% gain, like that would be a great gain for your portfolio,
But
like a really great gain for your portfolio. But then whenever like I watch the guy with $100 and I say he's gonna go and grow that, so I want to grow my portfolio with him, like it's really
Yeah.
dynamic, it's
Well,
really dynamic.
I think it would probably be like whale badges, right? Like just do you have under $1,000 or do you have under $100,000 or and just kind of scale up from there and like have the biggest to be are you trading with over 10 million? I think we'd probably do something like that. Like I think just it's a common thing in crypto calling people whales, shrimps, sharks, whatever terminology
yeah,
you use.
that would be great.
Yeah, so I mean that's
The
what we've
thing
been doing.
I had a nightmare, I'm not gonna lie, like I had a nightmare where um Involio became some sort of a whale Wyckoff game,
Yo,
where the
bro.
people on Involio became so rich that right now they're telling everybody to buy something in order for them to sell it
So, I mean,
and
that's
profit
where the
from it.
immutable trade records comes in, right? Where it's like, if someone does like, let's look at a couple years down the line where we have a few million users, and let's say someone does amass this massive following, and they're gonna try to, uh, you know, pump and dump their followers, whatever scheme you could kind of think of with that. It's all immutable, right? Like that's kind of the whole thesis behind Infolio. Like if you go on a Twitter or X right now, you'll see some of the top most followed guys bragging about pump and dumping their followers. And it's like normalized. It's like a normal thing, like launching a token, promoting it, and then selling it. And I think that's a joke. Like I've always said, like if you launch a token, promote it, and sell it, that's not a trade. That you committed fraud. And I think it's like these
Yeah, that's
generalized,
100% true.
and I think a lot of
That's
these
a
platforms like
100% true.
generalized platforms like Twitter, Twitter is not a finance platform. Twitter's an open world for whatever it may be. I mean, you can see anything on Twitter, right? Instagram, TikTok,
100%
Reddit.
anything. Like,
None of these are financial platforms, and like I can't say it's to Elon or any of the founders' faults or management teams that they're not putting more time into making sure these guys who are abusing their platform are stopped at least. And that's kind of our whole thesis behind this. That like we'll always keep a really close eye on what users are doing, and if we see someone, especially with live trading and everything's on chain, like we'll really 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 have core insights into what users are doing even if it's not on their public portfolio. And we are a finance platform, so that levers us to be able to put a closer eye into situations like that and just ensure that it just doesn't happen, and if it does slip between the cracks, then we can stop it as soon as possible.
Hmm.
yeah, that's a good answer.
But like Involio is like a finance platform, so like if somebody comes on, that will give them more security. One more thing, like you guys are bringing 1 million users, right? And can I talk about like Involio coin or no?
Let's keep a little mystery around that for now.
Okay,
All right,
I'll
you guys
call
heard
you about
it.
it.
You guys heard it.
I
We've
have
talked
a
about it
couple.
publicly. I mean, I think everyone knows like it's coming, right? Like,
We
the
talked
only
about
reason I
last
want
Yeah.
live stream.
huh?
We talked about last live stream, no?
I don't know.
No, no, it was in the private chat. It was on
I've
the
hinted
private
at it.
chat.
Like, I think anyone in the community like understands. Like, we're going in this hard Web3 direction and like embracing crypto. We think the problems we intend to solve are more important in crypto than TradFi or Web3 than TradFi. So that being said, like we want to do a token at some point. We just want to make sure we do it right, and that's the only reason I want to keep it like semi mysterious. Because we haven't outlined everything yet, and I think we're kind of following like the Hyperliquid journey. I think they did a really good job of like rewarding their early users, and in some cases, I mean, people got life changing airdrops. People got seven-figure
Hmm.
airdrops from Hyperliquid, and that's our whole goal, right? Like, how can we build this up to when we do have 1 million users, like all the guys who are on this live stream right now, all the guys who've put in the time, commented, helped, been friendly, so on and so forth. Like you guys get rewarded too. And until we have like a lot of those details like really nailed out, probably just kind of keep it quiet. You know, like one big thing in crypto is like VCs or farmers coming in to reap all the rewards, and
Yeah.
it's a very dirty space. And like we want to be the consumer product. Like we never want to have a space where farmers can come in and reap up token rewards from you guys. So until all those things are kind of nailed out and we have like a very confident launch plan, we don't even have a date in mind as to when we do it yet. So we'll talk about it more down the line.
Oh, okay.
I was like thinking about
So
like
you guys heard it. It's coming. The question is when and how. But
yeah, bringing it before
so
like the million
and
users come in will be great. Like if we convince them to buy like $100 worth of token, and like let's say if 500,000 people buy it, that's like a $50 million market cap.
Oh, I'm shooting for billions, brother. I mean, the airdrop narrative is really, really interesting. Where it's like, if you look at Hyperliquid, they have 285,000 users. At time of airdrop, they had 180,000. We have 150,000 right now.
Hmm.
Hyperliquid is at what, a 30
mm,
billion FTV right now. I think they're a great platform and like kind of the gold standard when it comes to liquidity provisions for perpetual dexes. And we'll have an arm working with Hyperliquid, but uh, yeah, I mean, I think 50 million is shooting it pretty low. I think that's part of the reason we want to wait, right? Like we don't really want to do it unless it seems like we can have like a really big impact on the space, have like a really massive airdrop, um, so on and so forth. So
Hmm.
yeah.
What about like some sort of Involio merch for those, or like let's do like weekly giveaways and then like give metal bottles. Like if it's near someone, like it's free advertisement, no?
yeah, I've been working on it actually this past week with one of our designers. I ordered some Involio merch a while ago and it just was very low quality, so I didn't have time to
Huh.
rehit it. But I got a bunch of stuff coming: hats, hoodies, a couple of like random things like what are they called? The coffee holders, whatever, however you say them. But a bunch of
Water
stuff. We'll have a
bottles.
yeah. So we'll have a hopefully a ton of really cool merch for you guys. We'll just do a bunch of giveaways and reward the community with it.
Mhm.
Amazing.
So any updates on Jay?
No, I mean I told him the wrong time. I confused Eastern with Standard. My texts
He
aren't even going through to him right now. They're not even delivering. So I'm assuming he's not joining this one. Sorry for the lack of updates there, guys. Had a really hectic couple days, but I think this pod, we'll just have fun today. Chat about whatever
Yeah.
we can chat with, and either tomorrow or this coming week, we'll make sure Junior's ready in the right time. I think everyone's kind of a little all over the place just due to the holidays.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Also,
one
there's a
hundred
liquidated
percent.
portfolio in like the top 10 trending portfolios. It looks bad. Like
Yeah, so
when
I
you
mean,
just open the app and it's like in front of you.
yeah, I already we're swapping it out. He was on a crazy streak when we put him there, and I wasn't the one who added him, but a bunch of people suggested we did.
Nah,
So
100%.
No,
we're
he's a
gonna
great,
change it to
honest
just
trader.
like
100.
Yeah.
we're just changing it to where it automatically updates.
He's an
Like
amazing trader.
yeah, when we
Oh,
started,
that's a good idea.
when we started and like and made the trending users page, like it was so small that we wanted to keep it kind of like in-house environment and make sure uh, the right people were getting put on trending and just we're very careful about it. But now that we've grown so far, I think we'll just have it just auto update. So whoever's doing the best over that week, we'll showcase them, and if they start performing poorly, it's
I think
automatically be removed.
like if it's trending, then I guess like the best indicator to use for that would be like how many people's copy traded this guy, like
Right.
how many people like you actually, like if it's trending, it's probably because it's, yeah, like it's trending.
I mean, so
It's
much is set
like
to change. Like
people are,
with the launch of live trading, like you'll be able to see users' profits. Like who's actually doing the best for the community versus just who's doing the best on their personal portfolio, which I think would be really interesting. It'd be a lot more insights, and hopefully end of January when we're getting closer to launch. And a lot of it's like it's tough to showcase real insights on a paper portfolio. Just there's so many pieces in live trading that just like can't go into it because there's not a dollar amount. But with live trading coming, I mean, it'll be a lot easier to distinguish like who's actually a great trader and who's good to follow and who isn't. So
Hmm.
Hmm.
So any more like new like recent updates except for the main one?
I mean, ton of stuff. Ton of stuff I gotta keep secret until we've got it all kind of lined out. And I mean, our whole focus right now has been just the launch of live trading in general, and there's so many different arms that come with that. Like this entire UI rebrand across the entire app, just essentially giving everything a facelift and just having a kind of cleaner flow to everything. And so we've made some really big strides on just design on that regard. And then I mean the biggest one is just we're getting as many big T1 partners as we can going into this launch, just in terms of like venture funds and just groups that'll stand behind us. Security firms, make sure everything goes on track. So we've made a ton of progress there, but we don't want to announce any names until it's kind of all wrapped up with a bow on it. But yeah, I mean it's been it's been nonstop. I mean, we've got a new dev coming on who's going to help with speed and latency of the platform in general. So I
Yeah,
mean,
the
too much to
chatting
really tell.
stuff.
Yeah. So
Like that's pretty slow.
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, we didn't expect this level of growth so quickly. We have a really small dev team. So we're expanding right now. We got one guy who's getting set up right now. We brought on a couple over the past few weeks, and hopefully in about a week, all the speed issues we should be able to handle up to 10x users that we have now. So 1.5 million, and that should completely solve it until that point, and then we'll have to refactor everything again for hopefully 10 million users. But speed shouldn't be an issue.
That's I totally see this as a possibility. I'm like I'm really I really believe in this platform.
Thank you, Shuma. I appreciate that.
Dear,
I believe.
if
No,
we
no,
if
not only like as a compliment, like I genuinely like this platform blew my mind, like really.
Well, that just on the topic, like the one thing I've said to you guys privately before that I think the Loftwares stuff was one of the most notable community actions, whatever you want to call it, that has ever happened on the platform. Just because you guys didn't know each other before coming over here, and the one thing I've always said to anyone getting into trading is make one friend. Just make one friend that you can is not at the same point as you, and you guys are you can learn together. You can make mistakes together. You can learn from them together. And it was just so amazing to see, this whole group of you guys coming together. And it seems like you guys are all pretty close friends now, which is really awesome to me.
yeah,
So I've got all the faith possible in La Fuerza. So
love
Thank
for the
you.
merch.
We're gonna do it eventually if you guys are interested. But I think we
Wait,
need to see
no,
Involio merch first.
yeah. Involio merch is Adidas. You can go on Adidas custom and like make your own hoodie, like with all the good quality stuff at like under $70.
yeah, I'm going. I have a whole. My one of our designers introduced us to an agency that does clothing production. So got it all lined up. Hopefully, it's best quality you could ask for. We will see
Osiris,
when samples come
Nike,
in.
Nike or Adidas?
What?
Nike or Adidas?
Oh, like just between the brands? Probably
Yeah,
Nike.
Nike. Why?
Wow.
That's just how I grew up. Just Nike was always the it brand when I was growing up. I
Popular in
think Adidas is
America.
kind of yeah. I mean, Adidas is probably bigger now. I think you look at it from a company perspective. I'd have to say Adidas, but just personally growing up, it was always Nike.
I know you were Nike.
Wow. I understand you're an Adidas guy, Leo.
Then in Eastern Europe, everyone's wearing like Adidas.
Yeah, Adidas is huge.
those like Balkan
Yeah,
nations.
see why. As a company growth perspective, like how would you like do you see Involio becoming like some sort of an actual big company like like you're gonna see Involio among like Twitter and everything like do you think Involio will be the head of finance social media?
I would like to think so. I had someone say something really interesting to me the other day, which was, I mean, it was true. Is that Involio is in a better position right now, that we were better posed than FTX when Sam launched it, which is really interesting to me. Which were when Sam Bankman-Fried launched FTX, which was the fastest growing consumer crypto product ever. He didn't have 150,000 pre-established users. He didn't have a community. He didn't have the top financial YouTubers in the entire industry ready and contract to help and excited to help not only, which was really interesting to hear. Where it's kind of just on us, on Ryan and I, like, can we do it? And will the world agree with it if we do? That's what we're going for. I mean, Ryan has ambitions like no one I've ever met. When we're talking with anyone, any venture firms, like, it's he's going for it all, and I'm right there with him. It's I like to take things step by step, and like I'm looking at competitors right now, and I want to beat Hyperliquid. Like, that's my first thing. Like, I want to be the number one perpetual trading DEX in all of crypto. I want to do that.
Hmm.
I want to have a legitimate impact on decentralized trading in general, where people forget what happened with FTX and all these other situations, and Coinbase is locking accounts right now, and decentralization, like, is pretty needed in this industry. I think centralized
Coinbase,
exchanges. Yeah,
Coinbase
I mean, I
literally
just think.
like locked my account for money laundering.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, and it's
Cause
like,
like,
I understand, like, they're following regulations and OPEC and all these different things, but it's like we have the option to just keep funds in the consumer hands, which I just think is a better product in general. And people forget so quickly what happened, but "Not your keys, not your coins" is a famous saying for a reason. And so I think on our standpoint, like, just let's become the largest perp stacks in the world, with the social component attached to it, and then from there, the sky's the limit. Ryan and I always talk about it, like, if this goes as big as we think it can, like, I think it's just are you willing to stick with it? Like, you see so many founders get offered XYZ amount of money and then just take it and walk. We've gotten multiple buyout offers. We're not taking it. And it's sad seeing, like, all these CEOs are just like, just in it for money. I mean, this is, the core goals of Involio, of like cleaning up the financial industry. Like, I could bring up some things that's happened to me throughout my life that, like, really have posed me to just want to have a stance in cleaning up this industry, and I think we can do it. So I think if we can stay as excited as we are now and stay as driven as we are now, I mean, hopefully we're number one in the next decade.
no, we will
Let's
be number
go.
one.
We will be.
I've got faith.
Nah, I got even more faith in you guys.
Well, it's a team effort, right? It's the community. It's we're still really small. Like, we're still in the, like, first 5% of this entire journey. And can't do it without
That's
you guys. So,
huge. That's
Yeah, but-
really huge. That's really huge. Like I'm honored to be a part of this journey.
yeah, because like you guys say you're never gonna sell. That's like if a company is made just to make money, it's bound to fail.
yeah, exactly. You can't think about the money. Like, I've lost friends to financial situations that were started via financial fraud. I've had people taken. My father lost his last, and it's the reason he's not around anymore, from an investment scam into coal mining. I've had really close friends of mine just flip a switch and commit financial frauds, and I don't consider them friends anymore. And it was just, I've watched this market just become darker and darker and darker and darker, and I'm just excited to be able to have a stance in cleaning it up. I mean, it's crazy how these other ginormous multi-billion-dollar companies, like, oh, let's just get an arena. It's just the weirdest thing to me. So they don't do anything. There's been a lack of innovation, just like across the world in general, for a long time now, and I think crypto is going to be the next, like, big place to innovate. So I'm honestly just excited to be part of that revolution.
Really, will you be
Yeah.
blocked anywhere?
So this is a big one. Geo blocking. We've gone through this for the past couple months. Of how closely do we want to follow regulations? And the biggest one is the United States, and then UK following of geo blocking those two places. It's just like the CTFC doesn't like seeing futures trading without geo blocking. So I think we'll
Hmm.
have two different versions. I think we're still talking with legal, and we want to give the best consumer trading platform possible. And it does come up just like your risk profile. You look at Jupiter, they're not geo blocking anywhere. He's going to get hundreds of millions of dollars of fines for that. And it's just this game of, how risky are you willing to be? And, we're so small, like we can't risk playing into risk that much. So we're probably not going to have, as of right now, it looks like we'll be able to offer low leverage trading to American residents and so on and so forth, and some people in the UK. Um, but it might be something where, US residents just have to trade spot and so on and so forth, but we're getting there.
So like just block futures for like US and UK.
Say it again.
Like just block futures for US and UK. But how does Blowfin work though?
Well, Blowfin just is ignoring regulations. Like their risk profile is just massive. They're breaking a lot of law.
Oh.
Wow.
Because like you can do
Yeah.
200x over there in the
Yeah.
US.
Yeah, they're gonna, this is the thing. Like they'll eventually, like we have an advisor on our team who was at the SEC for 6.5 years and built Coinbase's policy team. And
Hmm.
she verbatim said to us, if you guys do intend on breaking SEC guidelines and allowing futures for US residents and just kind of ignoring them and not following, all these different guidelines and sanctions, just make sure you stack up a couple $100 million in legal fees that you're willing to burn.
Hmm.
That's exactly what she said to us. And I think a lot of people take that risk. It's like you look at Jupiter, you look at Blowfin, you look at Apex, like they're all taking that risk head on. They're not geo blocking anywhere really. And I doubt they're really following sanctions. So we're figuring it out right now. Like over the next month, like we're kind of playing it by ear. This new administration, like I know leniency towards crypto markets in the U.S. is going to be very different than it was years ago. That might leverage us to be able to allow more services to U.S. residents, but as of now, we'll have to follow most sanctions. And
Will there be like sanctions to like Russian users and stuff?
so what?
Sanctions.
Yeah, I mean that's one we're not even going to play with. Like sanctions for Uh, I mean, it's just money laundering and anti-terrorism act. You know what I mean, so on and so forth. Like, so if there's, you have to be semi careful with it. And that's one we're not. That's a rule we're not willing to bend. But
Like
you know,
Russia.
well, it's not geo blocking Russia in general. It's sanctions against specific wallets. So like, we use something called chain analysis. We've been working back and forth with them for the past couple months to make sure essentially any wallet that is attached to a scam, stolen funds, laundered money via terrorist organizations, like really like high level, legitimately like scary things. Like that's where it's not geolocations, it's wallet attachments and transactions on chain.
Oh,
So
okay, yeah.
Hmm.
we don't want anyone who stole money trading on Involio. So
That's a good mindset.
yeah, you guys, those guys can stay away.
Because Coinbase told me that guys are money laundering. That's kind of absurd, though.
Well, see, so Coinbase's risk tolerance is next to nothing. Like they go up and beyond, up and above, or whatever the saying is, to make sure they're following sanctions and like very, very aggressively. Like you getting your account flagged on Coinbase, like that's happening across the board. Like really notable names in the space who've had their Coinbase for 6+ years getting shut down for no apparent reason, and we'll never be that aggressive. Like I
Hmm.
think Coinbase is way, way more aggressive than they need to be, for whatever reason. So we hope we can avoid that.
Well, what's your thoughts about like NFTs? NFTs are like reviving.
Um, so I've always been an NFT hater. Like,
Me
if I'm
too.
being honest, I bought crypto kitties in 2017. They're worthless. They've always been worthless. Like, and I think people forgot about that. Like, people forgot about the other NFTs other than the crypto punks that came out really, really early into this whole world. And obviously the crypto punks are worth. I bought the wrong collection, whatever. But I just looked at that whole industry as fraud last cycle. I saw a lot of people commit mass multi-million dollar fraud, and they just thought, oh, well, no, it's crypto. It's not. It's like, well, no. If you raise XYZ amount of money for this project and you're promising XYZ and you don't deliver it, like, that's
That's
fraud.
fraud. That's
That's
Somebody
like
fraud.
told
plain and
me
simple. That's
like
fraud.
NFTs, a fool buys NFTs to fool another person.
It's so funny. My attorney said to me in 2022, if I convince you to buy my pink elephant for $50,000, who's the a-hole? And it was just this thing of like, there is no pink elephant, right? Like, and
Hmm.
it's just salesmanship. And like, if I, it's a weird reality where
We can't hear properly.
Yeah, you got cut off like massively right now.
I think he turned off his mic. Yeah, he's muted.
sorry, I got a phone.
Yeah.
Um, where a lot of people just stole these pretty JPEGs and that made them money and they were happy with that. Whatever else, but it's a weird industry. But Luca Nets is one of my best friends, and I was supposed to buy the Pudgy IP with him, and I didn't because I didn't like NFTs. I didn't think I'd be able to do much in that industry. But I mean, you look at Pudgy Penguins, like phenomenal uh, project, or whatever scope you want to look at it as. Like, I mean, they've changed what NFTs should be, and I think like if you look at NFTs, it was kind of just like rebranded on-chain data, right? Like, I think there's a lot of like, I think on-chain data is one of the biggest value point in crypto, and it's like if you look at that, that is what NFTs are meant to be, just proof of ownership. And what can you get with that proof of ownership? And I mean, Pudgy Penguins have redefined that industry. So I'm excited to
Pudgy,
see how.
the penguins are really great.
Yeah,
When I first got into NFTs, it was like 32 dollars. Okay, yeah, maybe it's only. It was like 32 Ethereum, and I'm like, what the hell? Who the fuck is paying
yeah.
like that much money for a single picture? Like, if you get
Yeah, but
Bitcoin,
the stupidest thing is you're not buying the rights of that picture or something like that. Like it's not you can't but go ahead and say I drew that. It's literally just like that, you know? Like you just like own this picture in some sort of a twisted way. That's how I looked at it.
nah, because like if I have Bitcoin, nobody can screenshot my Bitcoin and say, "Look, I have Bitcoin." But like that's just a picture. It just makes you feel better. Like I have the picture. I have this picture.
That's like the immediate view of it. And then there's like if you held Pudgy Penguins for the past 4 years, however long it's been, I mean, you received so much. Like that, holding that NFT has been just way more valuable than the actual price of it going up. And I think that's what NFTs should be. Like, it's like if you are going to do an NFT, like, what is it? Is it a ticket? Is it like what is the point of it? And I think a lot of them were just like status quo. Like, hey, I have this $200,000 JPEG. Haha, look at me. It's like the same thing, same reason a Rolex costs more than the other watch, right? So it was an interesting fad. I'm sure NFTs will make a comeback. I think it'll be very different than last cycle. Like I think last cycle was crazy. I don't see that happening this time
I
around. I could be wrong though.
I think there's a meme coins before meme coins existed.
I mean, meme
These
coins have
pumped
always
up
been
fun
around,
ones.
right? Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, I mean this pumped out fun changed the industry for the worse. But
You guys ever tried rug pulling a meme coin?
have I
Educational
ever
purposes. Educational purposes. Yeah.
have I ever launched a token? No, I will. I mean, we launched an Involio token, but no, I've never launched an NFT. Never launched a token.
Nice. I tried once.
I see
How
YouTubers doing it
did?
all the time. Like, I'm gonna launch this token and see what happens. I just have I've just always looked at it as fraud. Like, I remember last cycle, people started launching tokens and be like, "Look at my P&L." I was like, "Dude, that's a scam. What are you doing?" Like, I don't know. That's always been my view on it.
Wait, what state you're from?
Huh?
What state are you from?
I grew up in New York.
New York?
Hmm.
Nice. I lived there for like quite a long time.
Nice.
Brooklyn.
I always wanted to visit New York.
Nah, bro, it's not that good.
I miss it. If you don't
Like
mind.
look, as a musician, okay, like as a musician, like there are two places, way more of course, but like there are two main places on America I really want to visit, and that's one, New Orleans, and two, New York.
The Brooklyn
So
area seems
like as a
like
musician,
doomsday.
really respect this state.
Because like if you go to like what Times Square, everywhere is billboards, colorful lighting. Yeah, that might appeal to you, but like come to Brooklyn, it's like doomsday.
Wow.
It just makes you sad, bro. Because like there are cars everywhere just honking, bro. Like it's not a good place to live.
I get it.
Yeah, because like if you live in like suburban areas, yeah, that's better. Live in New Jersey if you work in New York. Like it's calm, the nature is good, the weather's not bad. You get everything. If you want to go to New York, it's not that far.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm getting spam texted for some work stuff. I gotta jump in a minute. But any questions, concerns, comments to wrap it up?
Will we be back tomorrow for like the podcast with Junior?
I'm gonna get him in the Discord and we'll figure it out from there. My texts like aren't even delivering to him right now, so I don't know if he's like on an airplane or what his thing is right now.
Mm.
But
But yeah, it's
yeah, we'll see. We'll
Christmas,
keep you in the loop.
like
Either
just keep us
tomorrow or
updated, so
Saturday.
we'll be able to update everybody at the community.
Yeah, either
Junior,
tomorrow or next week.
Junior is the actual main man of Involio if you think about it. Like before his
I don't know
liquidation,
that I agree there, but
before
The
his
thing is, like,
liquidation, like everyone followed Jay. Like no matter what Jay said, everybody respected him.
the thing
I
is,
mean
like,
I've
I
always
remember from the thing is when I joined Involio, I saw it like in Baxter's video. He talked about like the main traders being CY and up down. But then like I saw like in the top portfolios, the top users. One is CY, second is up down, and third is J. Now who is this J guy? Now I looked at CY and I looked at up down, and then I see like, okay, they're not very active. And then suddenly I see Jay is posting every single day a couple
Yeah.
times. So then I said, okay, I have somebody to follow. I have somebody to ask questions. I have. So that's when I joined Involio, Jay it was at his prime. It was the most appreciated, I guess. Like within like my friends on Involio too.
I was the best member of the
yeah.
community.
Who do I think is the best member of the community?
Nah, I said Jay was.
Hmm.
Wait,
Yeah,
And
he
who
posted
do
that's
you
a
it.
great
think,
question though.
CY?
Like, who do you think is the
Yeah,
best
that is
community?
a great
Yeah.
question.
I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I think everyone has different. I don't think there is a sole best community member. Like I think everyone helps in different ways. Like everyone is trades in different ways. Everyone has different commentary points. I don't think there ever will be one best trader. I
Mm,
think it's always going to be runs there, runs. Someone else is going crazy this month, whatever else it may be. I think mistakes are inevitable. Like I think Junior is a great trader. I know everyone got really upset at that liquidation, and I give him slack. He was having his first kid. I understand. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
that's a tough one, right?
No, but still, if
Yeah.
you had
And
to
so like,
choose one person at the pulpit,
I would trust your guys' opinion on that one.
Nah, we want your opinion. Like, what do you actually
Like
think? Like, everyone has that one person.
If I had to, I like Mr. Bean's consistency. I think, we've been watching
yeah,
him post for so long, and I respect that he doesn't want to do monetization and he's just kind of doing it to do it.
Hmm.
I wouldn't say he's the best user, but I like Mr. Bean's portfolio quite a bit for sure.
Yeah, no, he's a great trader.
Yeah.
he is a
But I
wonderful
haven't
trader.
heard from him for like a while.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him. I mean, that's exactly what I was saying. Like, it's always going to cycle,
I think
There's
the
always going to
only
be.
only
Yeah,
problem with the
I wanted
users
to
are that like,
rephrase the question
uh
actually from earlier. Like, I wanted to rephrase the question. Let's say, like who are the like who are some great members of the community. I'm not even talking about only like traders. I'm talking about members of the community. What? Who are some good members of the community? Like as like besides being great traders or like like on Involio, who do you think are some great accounts like
There's
that
too
are
many to
just like
list. There's so many. I mean, it's like I talked to Trader Knots the other day about kind of him being almost a community lead, just because he's kind of doing that already and he's going out of his way to help. All the Fuerza guys are amazing. I think Rulio's great. I think Updown's great whenever he starts posting again. There's too many to name. Like I think anyone who's consistently posting and just trying to help out the community is a great part of it. So there's a ton.
well, fun fact, I taught really how to trade.
Really?
I mean, it's great to see like in 4 months. He was like one of the first like best persons I met on Involio. I had like 100 followers. He had 10. We both grew
Love
from
it.
there.
wow.
Love it. Well,
He's
awesome guys.
from
I gotta jump here. Any
Yeah.
other final point?
Thank you so much. Like, so let's see if on chats, do you guys have any like, do you guys have any questions or anything like just like before CY leaves us?
Let me check out the chat. Today's live stream, not many people showed up. Sad from the liquidations. Yeah, only 16 are watching. No, 22. What happened with
Nah, nah.
Lex? I think we talked about
Um,
last live stream.
just personal issues. I couldn't really say. I know he's been having a tough time in his personal life, and wishing the best for him. That's all I can really say.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Bro, Jaden X, good afternoon. The coolest crypto tech guys in the world. Thanks, bro.
Well, awesome guys. It's always fun hanging
All
out.
right,
We'll either get Junior on here
everybody,
tomorrow.
wish Merry Christmas for CY.
Happy holidays, everyone. Whichever holiday you're celebrating, I hope it's a great one. We'll either do Junior tomorrow or next week, and either which way I'll be here
Yeah.
next Saturday. So it's
Happy
always a
Okay,
pleasure, y'all.
holidays.
bro, CY, one more thing.
Yeah.
Could you give us a shout out on our YouTube channel?
Oh yes,
Yeah. On the
that's an
next
important
podcast,
one.
whenever we're going live again, I'll do a post before.
All
Okay,
right, thank you.
bye, guys.
Perfect, fellas. Talk soon, everyone.
All right,
Bye, everybody.
bye bye CY.
Bye. Everyone, have a nice
Okay.
day. Oh shit, Bitcoin hit 97K.
Yeah, I am like we're currently shorting.
You are?
Yeah, I like yeah, and we entered a short on Jupiter, and it looks like we're about to hit our target profit. Like, look at
Nice, bro.
this. Look at this beauty. That's a
Yeah.
5 to 1. Like,
Bro,
if I were actually holding this, I would exit. Like,
you,
here.
you
But
trade great like when you have what is this like paper trading account, but never when I give you 4,000, bro. Why not? You didn't.
no, Leo, listen. The thing is, I think like the funniest thing about it is that you always caught me on the worst like timings, and I realized like only recently that I just felt for some reason the need to trade with your money whenever like I shouldn't have even traded at all. Like in these times of the markets, like is the times you take a deep breath and observe a bit. Now I think like I after like losing a lot from your money during a live stream, like you know, a 50% drop is a lot. And
Mm-hmm.
like yeah, it's more than 50% if you like count all of the other tries. Like the thing is, I realized, like, you know, I realized I'm spamming trades in general, which works a lot. But the
Mm-hmm.
thing is, the moment I'm zooming out and I'm waiting a bit, like it's so far has only rewarded me.
Mm-hmm.
Like so far, like, you know, like I see a great a possible entry and I see a bounce. You know, I see already there's some sort of a bounce. Like, and you know what? I can give that as a like look. Are you watching my stream? Like look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Right here is a great example. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so the thing is, I saw this green candle right here, and I thought we already got rejected from this sort of a supply zone. Like, see this one. See, like we it's a perfect bounce from here. So like I wanted to enter long, but I decided to basically wait until we reach this level. And as you can see, like we longed from here, and after I saw this fair value gap rejection, we closed the trade and shorted it from that fair value gap.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a really that's back to back winning right there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like and the thing I would usually do before I had that realization is I watch this, I long it, I close this somewhere here when I see this red candle, and then over here, okay, maybe I'm gonna short it, maybe I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna miss this, and then I'm gonna wait for this entry, but then it's gonna fall, you know. Like it's really messy, and the moment you're going eh, out of your way, like I talked about this during my private live stream, like the moment you're going out of your way and just like observe, first of all, second of all, have like at least three different excuses for why something might work. You know, just seeing a hammer candlestick isn't enough. You know, it's
Mm-hmm.
if I see a nice trade, I see it's in we just got rejected from a support area. It's also a Fibonacci retracement. It's also like, you know, whenever I'm watching like a couple of excuses, I find the win rate can go as high as 95%, which is what happened actually during like my latest live stream, where I literally turned like $80 into in this account actually. Like we started off with $80 and look where it's at right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a really nice it's a really nice, like we did that in 2 hours. And the thing is, like it probably with a real, like, you know, Binance account, it would have been a bit harder, both because TradingView and Binance is a bit shit, and also like, you know, fees.
Mm-hmm.
But it would still be a really high win rate, high let me show you the account history. Actually, I'm pretty proud of this. Like over here, see, like right here, like I think this was like a big like we went to around like $400, and then the chat asked for one last trade, and then this revenge trading happened.
Yeah.
And then like I got really, but then after that, like the next stream, I chose to look at the market and observe a bit, and we started off from here. That's the thing. Hold up a second. Okay, I'm back.
All
So
right.
anyways, we started off here, and as you can see, we exited and break even in one trade. We lost, and then we waited. After we waited, like you can see over here, it's like the timestamps actually. No, we actually started losing. I just noticed. Yeah, we started from losing. But as you can see, right here we started. Never mind. That's on the 19th. Right here
Mm-hmm.
we started, and you can see this is the first trade. It was a loss. This is the another trade. This was ended in break even. Then like you can see from the minutes, the more you waited for trades, the more profitable they were. Like from here, this is only 2 minutes wait, like from executing this and this. But like if I'll take a look at this is like a bigger weight. See, like also this is a bigger weight. The more like you're here, okay, that's the best example. See this $200 profit
Mm-hmm.
after like getting like that's like nearly like 15 minutes of waiting for the entry. And once we got that entry, it was a great
Yeah.
entry. And the thing is, like, the more if you'll notice, like, I learned that during, like, the live, actually, that I really like waiting for good entries and basically observing the chart more than just like randomly blindly trading. Like, for example, like, on XVG right now, see this right here, this looks bearish to me, I'm gonna short it and put my stop loss here, right? However, no, why would you do that? Why would I do that? You could technically say, right, this was sort of a support area and now we broke it and now we retested, and now that would be a better excuse. Like, I'm in a long term long here, but like, I'm planning on like holding this for more than a few minutes. But the thing is, now after looking at support and now we broke it and retested it, this looks like a better short. And now after watching this trend line, see, like this right here, we're watching that we formed this trend line and we got a nice rejection from it. It becomes even a better short. So right now, I would, after getting three excuses, I would enter this short and I would put, like, this could be the short. I probably, like, because I like to exploding profits, I probably would aim for something like that though.
Hmm.
Like, this is how we basically, I work my mind. And also, like, an even better sign is if we form a bearish fair value gap inside of this bullish fair value gap.
Hmm.
Like right here, like this fair value gap right here, if we form, like, if we get a good closure in this candle instead of closing right here, like, I do not like the bounce we got from this fair value gap. So right now we're still in that short, but like, we're observing. That's the thing. Like, right now I would probably nearly panic sell.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't panic sell probably. Although like, I do see, like, this like, look at the volume. This volume drop on the greens, like, indicate something really, like, look, we're fighting right now towards the downside, I think. So like, this is probably, if I'm gonna be real, this is not a trade I would take, knowing that the XVG is bullish in general right now. Like, in a higher time frame, we're looking at this is like, I'm pretty proud of this long, actually, because this is both like an important fib level, and also, like, yeah, besides it being an important fib level, it's also like, on the daily we formed a really nice hammer over here. We took this high and closed way above it. See, like, this is showing really bullish signs, in my opinion. Like, what are your thoughts on XVG? Like, what do you think about this chart?
Bad.
What'd you
Chart's bad,
say?
bro. I said the chart's not looking good.
Because of this candle?
Wait, zoom out.
Like, yeah.
What time frame is this?
Why do what'd you say?
What time frame is this?
This is the daily chart firm.
Wait, zoom out.
Yeah.
Not like make it smaller a bit, like cause I can see other stuff as well. Go to the 4 hour one.
Like what are you looking for,
Wait,
like,
just
right
go
now? Like, why what'd you say? Sorry.
go to 4 hour time frame.
Like, you're getting, oh, 4 hour, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I saw this trend line gets, like, retested. Like,
Hmm.
that's another like thing. Plus, like, this is a 0.17 level nicely, and also, like we did get rejected downwards from this, but I'm still bullish for some reason. This is looks like like